Are you tired of failing hacking? Well, today we're going to be doing a hacking computer guide in Fallout. This is going to cover Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. These are all slightly different from one another. 3 and New Vegas are very similar to one another, so there's not going to be a whole lot of change there. But 4 does have its own unique system. I think this will also apply to 76 if hacking is in that game. I still haven't played it, so you'll have to tell me. So first up, let's go over how hacking actually works in these games. In Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, you will need a certain level of science skill in order to start hacking computers. You can hack very easy computers at 0 skill, easy ones at 25, average ones at 50, hard ones at 75, and very hard ones at 100. In Fallout 4, you're going to need a perk in order to unlock these, where you can already hack into very easy computers. So very first up, let's go over the easiest way in order to hack stuff and the least brain power way in order to hack stuff, and how you can just keep on trying this over and over. So very first up, go to a computer that you can hack, and then just guess the first 3 answers. You're trying to guess the password, but if you guess the first 3 answers, you have 4 guesses in total. Once you hit those 3, if you get the right one, awesome, then you get into the computer. If you don't hit those 3, exit out of the computer and then come back into it. This is going to take longer for it to load back up, so you're not going to be able to do this as quick as when you first hopped onto the computer, and it can be a little bit annoying if this keeps happening. But this is a way that you can constantly just keep resetting computers without ever needing to lock yourself out of a computer, without ever needing to guess that 4th try. This will work on all 3 of the Fallout, so 3, New Vegas, and 4. On 4, though, you can actually get a 5th attempt if you have the science bobblehead. So I would recommend going and trying to get that bobblehead as soon as you can in Fallout 4. Like I said, that is the most simplistic way in order to try to hack stuff. It's not really the best way, though, because what you're trying to do is find the correct password, and I'm sure you're aware of this. During this minigame, you actually get hints as to what the password could be. Whenever you see a password pop up, it always says out of however many parts that it has. So if it's out of 6, you might have 3 out of 6, or 2 out of 6, or whatever. That means 2 or 3, however many there is, out of the word that you guessed, is in the correct place for the password. So if you see something like an ing and you clicked another ing and it said 3 out of 6 complete, 3 out of 6 complete, you could probably narrow it down to the word having the back end of ing on it. So you could guess another ing, and that's different from the other 3 that you've already guessed. You're always trying to line this up. So it does help quite a bit more if you are either getting very close to the answer, if you're getting something like 5 out of 7, meaning that there's only 2 letters that you need to change. Or in the opposite way, where you've got 0 out of 7, meaning that you're going to have to pick an entirely different word. The amount of guesses or the amount of passwords that are on a computer also depends on your skill, at least in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Based on your science skill, this will give you a certain amount of passwords that it could be. So the higher the science skill, the less passwords that will be on there, meaning the more likely you are to guess it, which is really nice. And in Fallout 4, it's how high your intelligence is. So if you have very high intelligence, if you do this, then there will also be less passwords overall, so less guessing overall, which is also nice. Aside from that, though, there is also another thing that you can do during these games, and that is find duds and potentially refresh your password. You should always guess at least 3 passwords before doing this, though, because if you start marking out duds, you might replenish your guesses, and since you're already at the full 4 guesses, it's just going to reset it back to 4 guesses, so you didn't actually gain anything there. So guess 3. If you're not close with any of those, look around for duds. You can find these all around. These are always in brackets or in arrows. You can find these, and when you click on these, it will remove duds that can potentially be on the computer. So that's going to get rid of passwords throughout that are just going to be the correct password. Or you can get your refreshes, which will give you 3 more guesses overall, or 4 more guesses on Fallout 4 if you have the bobblehead. So knowing this now, just simply go into a computer, guess 3 guesses. If you can get close enough to that answer, or if you can get the answer, that's best. But if you can't, then search for duds, get rid of them, and try to get your refreshes back. Refreshes are not always guaranteed, though, on computers, too. Especially on very hard computers, you might not get a refresh, because there might only be like 1 dud that gets removed, and then there's simply no other line that you can get your refresh on. So then you'll have to reset and then come back in. There is also one perk that we should talk about that does sort of help with this, although I think it's one of the worst perks in the game, and this one is called Computer Whiz. This is at least in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I think that there is a Computer Whiz in some of the older Fallout games too, but I don't think it has the same effect on it. So what Computer Whiz does is it allows you another chance if you lock yourself out of a computer. The main problem with this is, like I said at the start, you never need to lock yourself out of a computer. That means that you've guessed 4 times, locked yourself out, and then you need to use this perk to get another 4 guesses. And if you lock yourself out again, you don't get to try again. You just get that one reset. So you should never have to use this perk, since you can just pick 3, leave, come back, and pick another 3. And this perk is extremely redundant. So hopefully this short little guide kind of helped you with the hacking minigame in the Fallout games. That one does get asked quite a lot, and I do understand it's very easy to skip through the tutorial, or since the tutorial is just in text form, it's not the most interactive tutorial that you get, but hopefully this helped out a little bit. Thank you guys so very much for watching this. Tell me your thoughts on the computer minigame. I actually like it quite a bit once you get the hang of it. Thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everyone!